Okay, so this power hacksaw Dad bought back brand new in 1979. As a kid, I was born in 76, and for as long as I can ever remember it, he used it. Yeah, it's had a shitload of use. Amazingly, it still cuts pretty much 100% dead straight. It's all completely original. It's the original coolant pump, original motor, never had bearings or nothing in it. I've had it for probably 8 years, 9 years, and the only thing I've ever done is replace the coolant hose, that lock line stuff. It had a steel braided stainless hose on the pipe. It literally just wore out in the braid from being twisted. And, yeah, but I'd only replaced that in the last probably 6 months. It's never had new belts on it that I ever, and I've been around all my life, I've never seen new belts put on it. The hydraulic lift, sorry about the glare, but the hydraulic lift works perfect. Like a lot of the long time viewers would probably remember seeing this in a lot of my videos. This is all I had for years. But I was fortunate enough to get a bandsaw, and like, I'll be honest, I haven't turned this on since I turned it on the other day and had a bit of a play with it and give it a run since I've had the bandsaw. So it's a brand by the name of Powamac, Powamac, Taiwanese made machine. It was bought, I believe, in Orbost, Victoria, and the old man paid $350 back in '79 brand new. I know as soon as he got it, it didn't get turned off for months on end. They were building a big sawmill at the time. So it's done a power of work, and the paintwork, it's still green, but it's getting a bit tired in the paintwork. Everything still functions. The wheels literally wore off it, and about probably 15 years ago, they're a set of dumbbell weights. The old man we had there, so yeah, the old fella put them on the back. And had a whole bit of dodgy shit on the front, and they fell off. So I've just had it blocked up on some steel blocks. But I'll machine up some new wheels, strip it down, give it a good clean, try and make up a new sign, new badge somehow, whether I get another piece of stainless and get some stickers made up. And just restore it back to its former glory. So, trying to drain some coolant out of it, so I'll just pump it straight into this drum. That was easy. So I know inside this just like a gear pump. There's nothing spectacular about it. There is a bit of wear in this pin. So it's actually got a bearing inside that one. So I let the gibs go on the arm, and gibs showing a bit of wear, which is understandable. But bring us in for a look at this, where they've machined this edge here. How rough is that? Even back here, rough as guts. So when you look at it here, you can see where it's got the machining marks. She's definitely worn. But look how much sand's still in the casting here. Shitload of it. It was never cleaned out properly either. There's a cam on the shaft here that runs the lift pump. Should have a mark where the set screw was, so when I put it back together that I can line it back up again. Just cracked that, it's free, it's sloppy around, like sloppy as shit. It's out. Shaft don't look too badly worn really. There you go. I'm hoping under those two bolts and these centre bushes here that hold the arm on will just come out with a bit of luck. Trying to get this other oiler out without destroying it. So they're only pushed in, so I thought I'd just use an easy out to try and like that. And saved it. It's a little bit bent up, but I should be able to resurrect it with a bit of luck. If not, I'll just order some button oilers and put in them. But I would like to reuse the originals. I'd be buggered I was going to get that out of there just a minute ago. But it worked. Everything's just falling apart as a piece of piss. Hard to believe, to be honest. But it's coming apart so easy. It don't look like it's got a hell of a lot of wear in it either. But to get these bushes out, just got a slug. I've knocked this one out partially. Drive it up its arse. Slowly win it. Just like that. It's out. I'll get the pump mechanism off and get it probably tipped upside down, let the oil drain out of it, I reckon. It's, you can pull both pistons out of it, so it must be a very simple system. That's easy enough to get out, isn't it? I'll put that in the oil tray actually. Get an oil tray and stick that in and let it just bleed out, and I can take the top off, clean the whole lot out. Keyed on. Check that out, and shimmed. Took this fixture off. Look at the casting. It's just shite. Like it works, but Jesus. It's pretty rough. set that up in the mill probably and give that a dust off with a fly cutter and neaten all them notches and crap out of it if I wanted to. Whether I do or not's a different thing. That's out. Acme thread looks alright still. Love $1 for every time that's been done up and undone. Well, that's everything off the top. It's only the motor now to go. So it's a Kinma induction motor, quarter horse, 1500 RPM. Yeah, 1979. There you go. Pretty cool, huh? Original motor. And noisy bearings. Well, I've just been up to Merimbula and there's a Total Tools store up there. And I went up there to buy a sandblaster cabinet to, it's a 220 litre cabinet, floor standing unit. I was up Total Tools last week and there was 2 of them up there, you know. And before I went up I thought, oh yeah, shit, they wouldn't have sold 2 of them. Not around here, not in a week. So he goes up there, bugging me dead, sold the last one yesterday. Just my luck. And it looks like it could be up to a month until they get another one in, sadly. It's just the way deliveries are at the moment and there's nothing they can do about it. It's out of their hands. So I decided to go and buy a wire wheel and I picked up a new 5-inch grinder. Makita, 5-inch. And they threw in an awesome Total Tools hat. Pretty stoked about that. So I had a pretty good yarn to the manager there too. Hell of a nice bloke. So I picked up a new grinder. Just your standard 5-inch Makita. Now, I was a bit blown away to be honest. They got Makita, DeWalt, Bosch, rebranded Hitachi. I forget how you say the proper name now for Hitachi, but yeah, whatever it says. 89 bucks, everyday price. That's for a 5-inch grinder. That's yeah, 89 bucks, unbelievable. So you can't go wrong. It's 720 watt, 11,000 RPM. You can't go wrong for 89 bucks. So I had a Makita 5-inch, which was the old shape one, shaped like a 9-inch. The old man bought back in the early 80s, I think it was, or late 80s, sorry. And it finally shit itself the other day. It went in the armature. So she'd been making a lot of noises for a long time, and yeah, she just cooked itself. So I picked up a new one. 89 bucks, can't go wrong. Got a warranty, got the whole show. So to do all these parts on the Power Hacksaw, I'm just going to wire wheel all the paint off it. And I picked up some undercoat from the hardware next door up there, from the Mitre 10 hardware. And we'll give it a lick of undercoat once we've got all the paint off it. Anyway, I'm going to put this in together and give it a crack. not bad. For less than $100, that's a pretty good deal. Certainly doing this all right. Pretty happy. Alright, I'm not going to boys with any more of that. I'll just keep stripping paint.
She gets fucking spinning. Like quick. And then you just gotta watch it as soon as it may spit something out. It may spit something out and then you gotta stop it real quick.
Yep. Well, that was a goddamn sight easier than doing it by hand. This won't take much to clean up now, and as you can see, it's opened up the pores of all the castings and it sucked oil out of it. And these are absolutely red hot still. Stinking hot. You do get a surface rust issue, but wire will soon take care of that. But absolutely stoked with the results of that. It was a bit hard to film in a lot of ways, but yeah, incredible bit of gear. They're not cheap machines. These machines new are worth about 40 odd grand. Simple setup. They've got a wheel bearing down in the base here. This just spins, and it's got paddles on the bottom of the ring. The water jet, there's a couple of jets that push on the paddles, which keeps this, but you got to get a momentum going when you first start it. It's got a brake on it, obviously. I started putting through for a second run, and actually blew the parts out of the bowl. Some of the parts out of the bowl, and yeah, there's a fair bang come out of it, I can tell you. It's riding the shit out of me. But the fella who owns this, Bestie, he was doing his trade when I first came to Eden, and he was working at the same company. He was motor mechanic trade, obviously, heavy equipment. When I come up here, he started driving log trucks. He was an apprentice, so that was back in 2004. Anyway, he runs his own business now and very successful. And I just rang him the other day and said, what's the chance of me putting some gear through your washer? And he said, mate, just come and grab it, just use it. So a big massive thanks to Bestie for letting me do this. It certainly saved me days of cleaning. And the castings, because they're porous, they had a lot of oil leaching out of the castings. So this runs at about 80 something degrees, and it opens the pores up, and it just, yeah, there's that much pressure in here, it just blows the oil out of the castings. So